Hello, everyone, and welcome to this AEC Collection webinar of tools and workflows to build confidently. My name is Juliana, and I work in marketing here at MicroCAD. And today's presenter is Sandra Volgemuth. By the end of the webinar, you will know about tools and workflows in order to build confidently, which is definitely worth 30 minutes of your time. Throughout the webinar, you can ask a question at any given point. You can ask Sandra to revisit a step or ask any questions. This is your time, and we want you to make the most of it. And in the upper left-hand corner, you will find links to our social media and website. Also, make sure to check our YouTube channel. We post all of our webinars there at the end, so you can share with colleagues or watch it on your own time. And without further ado, we'll pass it on to Sandra. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Juliana. It is great to be with you guys this afternoon. Let me quickly introduce myself to everybody. My name is Sandra Volgemuth. I am an AEC solution specialist here at MicroCAD. I also have a background as a BIM CAD manager with an engineering firm for 6 years. And I have been a Revit user and Revit evangelist for longer than I want to remember. Today we're going to explore together, and I'm going to give you my personal reasons why I would like to choose the AEC Collection set of tools as my preferred option for tools to work in my architectural or engineering firm. And I'm going to divide this webinar presenting both for architects and engineers. My basic analysis in this term is that the world is turning more and more to 3D authoring tools, and by the end of this presentation, I'll give you my money and cents take about the change that needs to happen or that I will advise you to do. So the reality in life right now is that we need to do more. We have less resources. So when I say more is inevitable, what I'm talking about is that population is growing. And the more population grows, the more we will need more housing, infrastructure, commercial buildings, institutional buildings, schools. That is a huge opportunity for the building and construction industries, right? What is happening here is that less is also a reality. We have less resources, natural resources. Every day we find less skilled labor to go around. We are wasting a lot. We are wasting a lot in construction, and we are wasting a lot of a resource that sometimes gets not measured, and it's time, right? And my motto of the day is let's make our clicks produce more, okay? Because less clicks, and clicks take time, and time is money at the end of the game. So having stated that, there is a huge opportunity for all of us to do so much better. So first of all, let's look into automation, and let's look into automation into our everyday tasks of creating buildings. And let's optimize processes. There is this new trends going on where we are going to make our computers, and we're going to help all these tools that are available. We're going to help them. We're going to make them help us be more productive. Okay, and this brings me to the major shift in digital processes for architecture and engineering, which is this trend called BIM, Building Information Modeling. And with Building Information Modeling, what we're trying to introduce and what we have been introducing for the last 25 years is an intelligent 3D model-based process that will allow architects, engineers, and construction professionals to have a better insight of the building that they're creating and to manage, um, to create more intuitive buildings, to have a better understanding of the this building element that you're creating. You will be able to share your data more efficiently between all the stakeholders, and not only between all the stakeholders through the design process, but through all the life cycle of the building. And then you will have everybody involved in a same environment, in the same database. This is going to um, be presented in benefits to your business in terms of the fact that you're going to be able to win more work. And win more work, how? You will be able to address projects that are requiring this technology. We are going to be able to deliver higher quality designs because you're going to be able to improve your building performance via all kinds of analysis tools that we're going to place at your fingertips. And then you can use visualization and virtual reality. And let me hark back a little bit on the word analysis tools. Okay, you will be able to, from very early on, to analyze your tool, your building, in all terms of sustainability, to make your design more efficient. So brings me to the next term. You're going to make your designs more efficient. You're going to be able to work more efficiently. So work more efficiently in the terms that you're veering away from a fragmented file delivery system like CAD is, and you're going to be working out of a database, and you're going to be working out of a myriad of different programs that all work together as a team. So you're going to expand the capabilities of your working team, not only by people, but with the tools. By having more efficient tools, every team member is going to be more efficient. And that brings me to my last bullet. By having every team member be more efficient, sorry about that, you will be able to expand your billable services to your clients. It's going to take less time, and it's going to be more accurate, and you're going to get less RFIs from your designs, and your whole work and all your projects will move on so much faster, right? So your set of tools for architecture in the portfolio, you will find tools that will help you design. You'll find tools that will help you simulate. We have tools that will help you visualize. And we have tools that will help you collaborate with all the stakeholders, and will help you coordinate your all your models together. For the MEP industry, and this might sound a little bit repetitive, but again, for the MEP industry, you're going to be able to design, you're going to be able to analyze, you're going to be able to detail, you're going to be able to coordinate between all the trades, and that will make your workflow so much more efficient and integrated, multidiscipline workflow. that will be set by the AEC Collection will allow you to be so much more productive. And it will allow you to move seamlessly between design through conceptualization to design to fabrication with less pain. So when we talk about Revit, we are going to talk about when we talk about BIM, it's like they go together. BIM and Revit is your first and foremost BIM solution. And the advantage of Revit is that it will back up your architectural workflows, but it will also help your structural engineers and your MEP engineers with the same software. So this multi-discipline integrated way of designing again helps for better coordinated buildings. And then within the architectural industry, working with intelligent parametric objects that allow you to create floor plans, elevations, sections, and everything updates automatically. It's a huge time saver, believe me. And then again, mentioning the analysis tools, the visualization tools, your coordination and your collaboration tools. Same applies for your MEP industry with Revit. And I have developed MEP models without having an architectural Revit background. And the reason for it is to develop MEP. For me, it makes sense in Revit. It is a time saver. Okay, not just with the fact that you're dealing with intelligent objects, but that you can use Revit for analysis and you can use it for your engineering analysis and as an engineering tool. So let me start with the first, besides of Revit, the first tool that you will find in the AEC collection for the architectural business. It's called Format Pro. And Format Pro is a quick 3D sketch tool that you can use anywhere from a tablet, from your iPhone, Android, from your iPad. And you can sketch in 3D and start creating that initial massing design for your model. May it be a residential house or may it be a multi-story complex building. And then you can transfer that model seamlessly from those massing concepts, and through Format in those massing concepts, you can start running energy studies. And you can, once the masses have been set up, you can transfer that seamlessly into Revit and continue developing your design. And in Revit, continue creating it as an architectural model with walls, floors, and windows. If your industry is refurbishing and you are working a lot with renovation projects, and by the way, we have building scanning services in MicroCAD. You just need to ask us. And then we will use Recap Pro to create out of those scanned data, create a point cloud, and then we can export it to Revit and start your renovation projects with very accurate existing data. And again, in my presentation that goes both ways, both for architects and engineers, Recap Pro helps you also to create scanned data for MEP engineers. and give you a very, very good starting point for your new model, having an existing model that has been scanned and not modeled on foot. Again, huge time savers. Okay, moving on. With the BIM tools that we have, you are going to be able to optimize your building performance very early on. You're going to be able to use leading simulation engines. You're going to be able to create heating and cooling loads analysis and daylight performance analysis and solar radiation. And you're going to be able to monitor all those changes through the duration of the project. And the tool for this is another tool that you get through the AEC Collection. And this is accessed through a web-based feature that we have called Insight. And in Insight, you will create you will analyze your energy performance of your building. You will be able to optimize your design, and it's very easy to visualize your data. You can create different iterations of your project, different rotations of your project until you find the model that is the most efficient for today's needs. With the AEC Collection, you also get access to Dynamo, and Dynamo is a programming software that works with the Revit environment, and it allows you to execute computational design. You don't need to do programming. Just need, I mean, it's very, I'm not a programmer, and I have run Dynamo routines and understood Dynamo routines and worked with Dynamo routines quite often. And I have found the use of Dynamo incredibly useful for the architectural industry to be able to automate repetitive tasks, and in the MEP industry also to go down to the point that I use Dynamo to size my systems. Moving furthermore down our tour through the tools that you get when you buy the AEC Collection, you will have access to 3ds Max. And to me, 3ds Max, beyond all the rendering softwares that you want, if you want to create commercials type renderings, you can leverage the fact that you can seamlessly send your 3D Revit model into 3D Max and render it in Max, and use Max's ability to create mind-blowing realistic renderings with the information that Revit provides for it. And this is a rendering that proves the amazing capabilities of 3D Max to transfer a very realistic feel of a space that just exists in your computer screen. Furthermore, next tool, let me talk about Navisworks. And Navisworks Manage is going to be the tool that unifies all the industries. So within your own design, you will be able to do clash detection and interference checking. But furthermore, you can combine all the Revit files throughout all the Revit disciplines and start doing the important clash detection from my point of view, which is the clash detection that you need to perform before going onto the site to see where this different MEP disciplines are clashing with the structure or with walls that cannot be cut at specific heights, or where your sleeves are going to be connected, and uh, it allows you to approach the site construction in a very efficient manner and solve problems way ahead of time. When it becomes, I mean, it is always easier to solve interferences and clashes while you're still working in front of a computer screen than when you're already having everybody on the site waiting to see who goes for first, or who goes up, or who goes down, right? So, coming a little bit towards the end of my presentation, let me back up again and fill out that first slide that I showed you with the tools that you actually get in this AEC collection. So you have, for your design, you can use Format and you can leverage Recap Pro. For your simulations, you have Insight and Dynamo. For Visualize, you will have 3D Max and Autodesk renderings. To coordinate, you have AutoCAD still there, and you have access to both of them now. And you have obviously Autodesk Navisworks, everything under the bundle of having Revit as your main coordinator, and having BIM Collaborate Pro if you share your files, if you want to share your files on the cloud. We do classes and we have seminars on this last tool, on the BIM Collaborate Pro tool, which is very important nowadays with all our teams gathered all over the place. So for the MEP industry, we will leverage the fact that with the AEC collection, you have Recap Pro and AutoCAD. The MEP industry is going to leverage Revit and Insight quite a lot. Dynamo throughout the whole process in the design and when analyzing and when creating detailed elements. We do connect to CAD MEP fabrication tools, and Revit has fabrication tools within it. And again, everything binds up together in Navisworks and through Autodesk Pro, Docs and BIM Collaborate Pro. Through Autodesk Pro, also through Autodesk Docs, you can go to your Estimate MEP and to CamDuct, and everything under the umbrella of Collaborate Pro if you are going to the cloud. Most importantly, and let me close out here before I open the floor for questions. Most importantly, I want to restate again that we here at MicroCAD are available to support you and to ensure a smooth transition to a BIM workflow for you guys. And having said that, let me open up the floor for questions. Juliana, if we have any questions.
Let me check. Thank you, Sandra, for that wonderful presentation. And as she just told you, you can make a question on the left-hand corner. And I see a question coming in. And it says, how steep is the learning curve to transfer to BIM?
Good. I love that question, and I love when that question gets asked, because I know people tend to be a little bit afraid of moving away from a known workflow with AutoCAD and adding this new set of tools. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. There is a learning curve involved, but the benefits that you're going to be able to reap at the end of the process, and it's just, I mean, initially it's going to be a 1 month process to get you started and ongoing. It will take you 6 months to really tackle the software. Once you own it, you will never walk back from it. Believe me, it's worth it.
Absolutely, especially when there's time and money involved. Next question is, can we keep our company standards? How hard is it to transfer those over?
Uh, Absolutely, you can keep your company standards and your standards of presentation. And I have in my companies, and because we will never, I mean, there is no company that is 100% clean Revit. I mean, they would be throwing away a ton of work. If you're a mixed company that are still doing AutoCAD projects and Revit projects, you want the output of your company to be uniform. We at MicroCAD, we are going to be there to back you up, and that is called creating a template file. And we are here to help you out to create that template file so that your standards are going to be maintained throughout all the presentations of your projects.
Thank you, Sandra. And if you want to learn these topics in detail, you can always take a custom training with Sandra or someone else on our team. We also offer group classes online, so be sure to be checking the MicroCAD website for future webinars. And that concluded our webinar today. Thank you so much, Sandra, and thank you everyone for attending. Oh, and this is our upcoming webinars. We have one coming for Autodesk Docs webinar, deep dive into the issues tool. And then we have another one on September 15 about getting started with the PDM collection. So yeah, as I already said, be sure to be checking the website for future webinars. And thank you everyone for attending.